Last time on Dice Funk.
But as anyone who has back problems know, that's something that generally just kind of gets worse in life, and I'm going to say it.
Yep.
It hampers her ability to be flexible or, I guess, specifically acrobatic.
The doctor and I go way back, and we got into some scrapes. I drove a ship. It was a whole thing. My arm, lost it.
Are they, chill if I just want to, go hang out and chat?
The dragons?
Fair. All right, let's go. Let's go save some whales.
We still actually have to find the anchor point on that turtle and the one that they might be looking for on the Tarrasques as well.
All right, so you land the the pug class capybara under the whale's fin, under the Kandori's fin, told you, and you're going to conduct a magical ritual to deactivate the anchor. It's going to take about 5 minutes.
This is the pod racer of the Dice Funk universe.
The screen pops up and you see that she is a Kuatoa.
Oh.
The kind of Kuatoa she is tiger shark.
I botched!
Oh, no!
I was so ready for this episode to be everything's gonna be really cool for me. I'm gonna have a really fun time with my Gundam. I'm gonna be a fucking Power Ranger in space. Nope.
You're the captain of this unit. Surrender, and no one else has to die.
That no matter what, you're not going to take them down. They're a bloody good crew.
All right, we'll do this your way. And she punches down through your cockpit.
And I've just grown up desensitized to terrible jokes. I'm inoculated to bad humor at this point, and I bring this story up purely to say I think that's the only reason I can be on this show. I've been inoculated to bad jokes.
Wait, are you starting off this episode by saying it's okay that the rest of you suck? Is that your message?
Wow.
No, that's fair.
I don't know.
Thanks, Laura.
I said words. I wasn't sure where that was going.
Yeah, you started and then you realized it was an insult and you kept pushing. I respect that.
Commit to the bit. All right, that's
I
fine.
don't rule myself out. I'm terrible. We're all trash. I love us all.
Is that how you guys want to start? We don't want to plug anything this week?
Buy my book. It's an audiobook now. Things I learned from Mario's butt. Go check it out.
Okay, so he says plug, you think about butts. I'm not saying I didn't also go there. I'm just impressed that you actually had product.
Quickness.
Oh god, her opening statement was 100% spot on. She fucking nailed it. We suck. Alright, so last we left this adventure, you all had arrived to save the pod of Kandori, aka save the whales.
Save the whales, yes.
And right now we have kind of a split party. On one hand, our Dr. Adler, is using a incantation in Aquin to deactivate the magical anchor, which is going to kidnap this whale. Dregg and Sasha were fighting Elizabeth Bohr of Invicta in her Greyhound mech, and they were winning. In fact, Dregg was flattening her. If you go back and listen to that, the math is astounding how much damage he's dealing and how little he's getting hit, and he was winning that fight handily. Unfortunately, as the conduit of peace, Elizabeth Bohr was able to shut down Captain Melbeck's mech repeatedly, and sensing she was losing the fight to Dregg, she decided to attack that particular weakness, hitting Captain Melbeck at the speed of sound in her Greyhound mech.
I refused to negotiate with terrorists, and I hope that my statement of, no, yes, the crew will save me, they are a good crew that I trust, hopefully that pans out.
Yes, the dramatic final image was you were driven down into the top of the Kandori, wounding it badly. It let out a mournful cry. And then she ripped open your cockpit, gave you an ultimatum, and you refused to surrender. So she brings up her mech's fist to slam down into your cockpit and reduce you to strawberry jelly. No rolls required. If this happens, you die.
Not so fast. Whoa.
Are you saving me from the chunky...
I almost started singing Meatloaf. Hold on.
Are you saving me from the chunky salsa?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of need a captain, you know?
See, this is a shame because if Captain Melbeck had been allowed to die, then I could start playing as Big Star. So
Oh, fuck!
Everybody immediately starts trying to get their character killed so they can play Big Star.
God damn it, Chris. No, I think Sasha is going to use her conduit of conspiracy to retcon reality. I'm going to pull out a big red button that says nut.
No. Is anybody going to get that? Is that a wide enough reference?
If you don't, why aren't you on the internet more?
It's going to age poorly, but hopefully if you're listening
That's
to this in
fine.
2070, it was a good joke back then for there to be a big red button that said nut on it.
You're welcome, the future.
I hope we don't ever reach a future where a big red button that says nut isn't funny.
Seriously.
It's not a future I want to live in.
But I'm going to slap that button and it's going to go nut. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it.
I'm sure if you search big red nut button.
Oh no! I'm sorry, what have I wrought? But basically...
All the ones I see are blue.
Oh, they're blue? Well, mine's red. I'm going to be different.
They're very blue.
And I'm going to say it's an EMP because I have a weapons dealer friend. That Sasha totally didn't get the batteries put in right till now because apparently it takes space batteries.
Space batteries.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna slap that button, and if I know how science works, and I totally do, that I can pulse that at the mech and stop it from moving, right?
Okay, so first of all, I do want to agree with Chris that if you search big nut button, you will get blue buttons all. So I don't know how we have a different mental image of this.
I don't know.
Is this like the white dress, blue dress
No,
thing?
it's the Mandela effect. We're all in an alternate universe where the button color changed.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got Berenstain.
What was the second of all? You said first of all and then never said anything else.
Was there a second of all? Oh, second of all, you're going to use an EMP. I assume everyone knows what that means, electromagnetic pulse. It shuts down electronics, and you're going to push this button and send out a wave against Elizabeth Bohr's Greyhound, disabling it?
Yes, sir.
All right, since this is your conduit, you had this planned all along. You met with
Totally.
You met with your penguin friend. He's a Doar, but I'm going to say penguin so people know what I'm talking about. His name is Gabriel, and you bought 2 grenades from him, and you bought some mines from him. But also off screen, because you had a suspicion you would fight a mech someday, you secretly bought an EMP, which you're using now.
Yeah, that's about sums it up.
All right, and so you push that button, and a wave blasts out. It hits the Greyhound, and I guess also hits the pug under it. And like a marionette whose strings have been cut, it collapses on top of the much smaller mech. And now these 2 robots are kind of intertwined, like lovers, belly to belly, nose to nose. These 2 robots are just on top of each other in this Kandori's wound, which is not ideal for anyone involved, really. But both pilots are trapped. Elizabeth because her door just got turned off, and Captain Melbeck because there's a mech laying on top of her cockpit door.
This is where I miss playing magic characters because I could probably do magic shit where I'd like switch places and take over the cool mech and stuff like that. Having just big gun, I'm like,
Don't you have some spells?
none that do like cool things like that. There are moments like this where I'm just like, I miss my wizard magics. I miss playing characters with wizard things.
Well, could...
Nut.
Nut. Okay.
So my mech is still not active. It's still shut down, isn't it?
But you're not robot punched.
I'm not robot punched. That is good.
Yeah, I mean, the EMP hits both. It would have to. So both of these mechs are going to be disabled for the foreseeable future.
I was disabled already, so...
Yeah. I just checked your character sheet. You have Ensnaring Strike, which is basically just like you can, tie someone up. Hunter's Mark, which means you just do more damage. And Zephyr Strike, which I don't know off the top of my head, but I assume that just does more damage. I almost think of...
Yeah, the magic that I have is mainly make my gun better magic.
Yeah, I almost think of Ensnaring Strike and Zephyr Strike as just like different kinds of ammo that you would have. It wouldn't even need to be like magic. You could just be like, I use Ensnaring Strike and I shoot a bolo out of my gun or something, you know?
Yeah, it's like, here is the bullet I have saved up that has some like shiny light inside of it.
So these two mechs are collapsed on top of each other. Meanwhile, Dr. Adler, you're almost finished with the incantation. That was harder to say than I thought. Any thoughts from you over there while this is going on? Or you just blah, 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 blah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing that. All my sweet Murgle sounds. I don't believe I can interrupt what I'm doing to cast spells or anything like that.
No, you'll break the incantation.
Yeah, so I can't really add too much over there. I like to think I'm blissfully unaware of all this happening, so I'm just in my mind like, wow, this is going really smoothly.
You don't have like you're not set up to hear all their audio or something, so you're just in the cockpit and you're just like,
well,
yeah,
no, I turned off the radio so I could turn on my jams instead, like my work music
Listen
and
to some
everything.
Caravan Palace.
Yeah, well, I turned on some lo-fi hop and good study music, and I'm just letting that play.
What's Dr. Adler's favorite Arcade Fire album?
No, an Arcade Fire is trash.
How dare you?
No, this is an alternate reality where Arcade Fire is trash, but Phil Collins is still amazing. That's canon.
You can play any character. That's something with Chris. It doesn't matter if you're playing the Shining Knight in armor. It doesn't matter if you're playing a hipster alien. It doesn't matter if you're playing the devil reincarnated as Nero. It's always Phil Collins fan number one.
Well, yeah, because that's an ubiquitous fact. That's like saying I don't like pizza. Of course you like pizza. Of course you like Phil Collins, whose studio is great.
You see what I have to work with, folks?
So, I don't have any healing shit, and I do need to free the captain, but I'm really worried about this whale.
Mm-hmm.
Whale.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have here? Okay, sorry. I would like to roll medicine to try and maybe, I don't know, fix his wound or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 17.
That's good. So I'm trying to think what you have to heal. Bards can learn healing spells, but you didn't take any, did you?
Nope.
Now, you do have that thing of Neosporin you got from Kaiser.
Yeah, Neosporin and a big old Band-Aid.
All right. So, Sasha, you're going to get out of your mech and start trying to apply Neosporin.
I'm going to get murdered, but I got to save this whale.
No, stay in the mech. Use the big mech hands to, pull the injury shut.
I don't think Neosporin's that big.
Well, we should probably also do something about the mechs being in the wound.
Yes, okay. I need big boy help.
Yeah. So, Dregg's gonna go and drag the Greyhound mech off of the captain.
All right, Dregg, as you bring your pug in close to try to drag them apart, you hear a sound coming from inside the Greyhound. All of you hear this, but I think only Sasha knows what it is.
No.
It's a couple of notes being played from inside the mech. It's like a horn that just trills out like ba-dun-da-da, and it reverberates through the air for a second, and there's nothing else, and it's puzzling to most of you, except for perhaps Sasha, who, as a bard, recognizes that a spell just done got cast.
Oh, fuck.
And as you walk over to these two mechs to try to pull them apart, the blood from the whale's wound attacks you.
That's so rude.
It is pretty rude, if you think about it. Dregg, 8. That does not hit, huh?
No, that does not hit.
All right, so a tendril of blood whips up at you out of the whale's wound, and you dodge it easily because apparently Dregg is a phenomenal pilot. We're learning something. This is emergent storytelling.
Is he just punching the steering wheel really good?
I don't know. What's Dregg's piloting style like?
It's probably pretty erratic. I'm sure he's just lucky more than anything else.
All right, you're just in there doing a fucking Neil Peart solo.
He's a button smasher.
Oh my god, he's a button masher.
Yeah.
Dregg, you easily dodge the whip of blood, but then you see all of this pool of blood under the mechs begins to form a blood elemental that Elizabeth has summoned with her bard magic. I put a image on the Roll20. I don't assume any of you know what that is on site.
It looks like the Gen 3 fossil Pokemon.
It's a Trilobite?
Close.
It's the other guy.
Gen 3
It's not a Trilobite.
fossil Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Fossil is spelled with an E, right?
No. So this is
You know what?
I was going to say, is it a tardigrade? No.
Oh no, tardigrades are cute. Those are little chubby lads.
Those are
I
the
love
little
it.
bear things.
Oh, those are the little bulbous boys,
Yeah.
right?
No, this is a Eurypterid, also known as a sea scorpion. They are extinct, so Chris's instincts about this being a fossil Pokemon are correct.
Well, that's because it looks like Anorith, the fossil Pokemon from Gen 3.
It is, yes. There's a Pokemon based on this creature.
It's a Pokemon based on everything.
Trilobites are also fossils.
Yeah. So these things were about, in real life, they were about 8 feet long. So they were enormous. They're actually the closest related to horseshoe crabs, but they look kind of like basically lobsters.
Fat lobsters.
Yeah, like real chunky lobsters. And Elizabeth, is a Kuatoa, which is a anthropomorphic fish person that famously, with their shared subconscious, the Kuatoa wished their own god into being, and that god was a kind of shrimp lady. The name is unpronounceable with human mouths. Thanks, Gary Gygax.
Don't they call her the Sea Mother?
Yeah, the sea mother is how I choose to pronounce it.
I remember stuff.
It's like blah 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 boop or something. It's
Blah, 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 blah.
blah 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 boop. Anyway, so drawing on that kind of imagery, which is just like a primordial sea creature with huge pincers, that's what the blood begins to take the form of, because using bard magic, Elizabeth has summoned an elemental to do her fighting for her, and this thing envelops the two mechs. It is made out of the blood of the whale, but now these two entangled mechs are kind of its core, and this bloody elemental, this sea scorpion, is going to attack the mechs. Roll initiative.
Roll my butt.
Did you just say roll your butt?
I was trying to be sassy and words didn't work. I rolled a 6.
2.
16.
Fuck you.
16.
You're not in this fight, Captain. You goof.
I've got a gun. I can point it out at the thing and shoot.
You super can't.
There's no, resistance in space. I can shoot from as far away as I want and it'll be fine.
But you're squished.
You're not anywhere near space.
Fine. I don't know. We flew up in the mechs. I thought we were near space, maybe.
You're on the back of a whale. Anyway.
Yeah, whale in space.
Well. Sorry.
Fine, I won't do cool things then. Fine, yeah.
We'll get back to Captain Melbeck. You are up to some important business. But in the meantime, this blood elemental is going to use its big claws to snap at Dregg. Dregg, hello again.
Hello.
Botch. Oops.
Oops.
That's not great.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to re-roll that, botch?
No, I actually really like this. So let's pick.
Okay.
So when we talk about D&D combat, we're usually picturing a kind of simple, like two people walk up to each other, then I slash, then you slash, then I slash, then you slash. But that's abstract, right? That's not what's really happening. In the same way, when you play like a Final Fantasy game, you understand that Cloud and Sephiroth are just standing there for 8 seconds between every slash, right? We're abstracting from that. So
Wait, what?
So I botched, and so immediately something bad's gonna happen, but I want you to picture it as more involved. So like this blood elemental is lunging at you and using its big claws to try to crush Dregg, and Dregg's dodging between them, and he's like batting the hands away, and he's making like feinting attacks. It's more involved than just the fight starts and this guy immediately fucks up the worst you can fuck up, because that's not as dramatic. So Dregg and the blood elemental are fighting, and it's drawing a lot of attention from the other Kindori in the pod. And you two are going at it, not really dishing out any significant damage, when a couple of the Kindori begin to surround their wounded friend, and they do the unique attack available to Kindori. Because so far you've seen them as basically just passive, big, chunky whales, but they actually do have a unique attack, which is their eyes flash with magic, and this blinding light begins assaulting the sea scorpion, and it's going to have disadvantage on attacks because it's having trouble keeping track of the mechs attacking it. That's what happens from this botch, is you guys have a pretty great advantage as the Kindori join your side.
Nice.
So now it is Sasha's turn.
I can target Elizabeth Bitchface in her mech with bells, right?
So inside of this blood elemental, there are two mechs tangled in each other's arms, tummy to tummy.
Then I'm gonna rapier rake the stupid scorpion bitch. It's 19.
That hits.
So that's a hit. I'm also going to use my last inspiration die to cast... to use my psychic blades, so I have to think of something mean to say.
Mm-hmm.
What would really hurt a scorpion's? Your claws are tiny.
Oh no, he's so self-conscious about his claws.
Alright, so we got 1d8 plus 3 piercing.
I've seen larger stingers on a wasp.
19 damage total to the scorpion.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You like rush in with your rake and you chop off one of the claws coming out of the blood elemental, and of course the mask kind of shifts and grows a new one, but that blood splashes to the side, removed from the
Now
mask.
he's getting smaller.
All right, and now it is Dregg's turn.
All right. Well, I think it's punching time.
Is that Dregg's version of his clobberin time?
Yeah, something like that. So we're gonna aim for center mass. 17.
That hits.
Damage is 12.
Nice, that's really good. You guys have done over 30 damage to this elemental, and inside the body of this thing, the two mechs shudder with the impact, and Captain Melbeck, a rivulet of blood begins entering your cockpit, because the only thing keeping you from drowning in here is the mech on top of you acting like a cap of your open cockpit, and that begins drizzling inside.
Oh shit.
Ha. Ha. Can I do an investigate to see if I can find a way out of my mech?
Yeah.
8.
No, 8 is not going to be good enough. You just know that if you stay in here too long, it'll fill up with blood and you'll drown, and you can't get off. You can't get out because there's a 10-ton mech on top of you. So 8 is not great. However, a voice does call out to you on the other side of this door, because your door is gone, but her door is still there.
Yeah.
So her door is kind of acting as your door. You guys are that close right now, and you hear Elizabeth say, "Hey, Gif, you still alive?"
Yes, I'm still alive. It takes more than that to take me down, dear.
Don't I know it? I served with some of you during the war. Hardy. It's hard to get a kill shot.
So, you just catching my attention because you're bored and looking for something to do, or do you need something?
I mean, it sure couldn't hurt to pass the time as we wait to see if the elemental or your buddies win, but I mean...
No, my buddies are gonna win. That's just the way these things go.
Honestly, I believe you. So it's not so much that I think the elemental's gonna win, it's can it buy enough time for Cassius to come down and save me?
Fuck.
How's about this? What's your end game here? Is your end game just to walk away from this alive, or is your end game here... You know, what do you reckon you can actually reasonably get out of this situation at this point? Because our friend is getting rid of the anchor. You're a little bit downed of a ship right now. What are you after? What do you reckon you're going to walk away with from this?
This mission? I mean, I think we already kind of won. Like, it was a win-win either way kind of thing. If either we get the animals, and it's like a big, impressive bit of propaganda. Look, we've conquered the land and the sea and the sky. Oh, look how impressive they are. And we do some photo shoots with us riding on the Tarask and on the turtle and stuff, and put it up on the scale net, and it's a good recruiting tool. Or you guys react this way, and then it's like wall-to-wall coverage for weeks. So look how upset they are. They care so much. We totally bothered them. Look, isn't it funny how upset they are? And that's honestly just as good of a recruitment tool, that you people care so much.
You're aware you just used the word propaganda to describe your own media campaign, right?
I'm under no illusions that we're doing this the most optimal way. Look, if my own mother was between me and an illithid, we're gonna get one dead illithid and one martyr for the cause. You feel?
Ice cold.
Look, if you want to live to see tomorrow and actually get to see all this propaganda you're trying to pull off, just call off the blood elemental. Like, seriously. Do you really see a situation other than you calling off that elemental where you actually walk away from this alive?
Yeah, I mean, they play with the elemental for a couple minutes. Cassius comes down. He either kills your friends or trades me for your safety, and then we all just go home.
You remember, I'm here, and I'm pretty focused at close quarters combat. At which point I pull up the shotgun and I just point it at the... I'm assuming there's like a window in the door where I could get this nicely pointed towards her face.
No, there's no window in the mech. It's like a tank. It's a huge vulnerability for that.
I want to send a message of, do you want me to just blast a few shots through this door until it reaches you?
I believe you. Try it. Like I said, I served with some GIF, and you guys will do anything if the price is right.
I want to try and intimidate. I feel like intimidating or deceiving her in some way. Like, I want to lead her to think that I am perhaps willing to be more violent and bloodthirsty towards her than I perhaps might be, in an attempt to end the fight with the elemental here, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I might do some rerolls here if needed, but Captain Melbeck takes the shotgun, takes a first shot at the door, and goes, I'm just going to keep shooting, and you can decide to change your mind whenever you like. And let's see what happens with a roll. Okay, so that's an 8, and I'm gonna re-roll.
Mm-hmm.
And a re-roll brings me up to, I now get disadvantage on the attacks and saving throws. So that's a consequence.
Yeah, you're going all in. At this point, you're not going to be useful in combat.
Okay, so a re-roll brings me to 19.
Yeah, let's go with this. So you fire the shotgun a couple times, it just into the steel door above you. I bet some of those ricochet and they like sting, and they hit you, but you're not hurt. You don't take damage. It's just, you have tough hide.
Yeah.
But you are firing in kind of an enclosed small space. I bet it hurts your ears like fuck. But also hers.
Yeah.
And so she yells out, she's like, damn, I know, I know you'll do it. Like I said, I've worked closely with GIF.
But the fact that you're still flinging that elemental around outside suggests that you don't know that I'm gonna do it.
Why do you hate elemental so much? Like I said, they're gonna beat it.
Here's the thing. I don't just want to beat it. I want to beat it fast enough that I can stop your entire scheme entirely. So, I don't want to beat it eventually. I want us to win now.
We'll come back to this in a second. So I think you've succeeded on this. So something's going to happen.
Okay.
But let's go back to Dr. Adler. Dr. Adler, you finished the incantation. The anchor glows with an ethereal light, and then there's a click, and it just falls off.
Okay.
Plummets into the canopy below you.
It looked like a Jackie Chan talisman, though, didn't it?
Sure, buddy.
Can I keep it forever?
Yeah, my special guy. You can have whatever you want.
Sure. Cool.
Yeah, so you have saved the whales, and you guys saved the turtles, so there's only the Tarrasque left to save, and you have utterly foiled Invicta, despite giving them like a week's head start, which is pretty impressive. What do you do now that you have done this, and meanwhile, 2 of your friends are fighting blood elemental with giant pincers, and one of your friends is trapped under a mech?
No big whoop.
Okay, so I can see that this is all happening, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that Liamoira's mech is still completely like intertwined with the other one?
Yeah, they're in missionary position. The pug is underneath.
Come on.
I've said this like 8 times, and I feel like it's not getting across, so I need to be explicit now.
I thought they were both falling because they're EMP'd, so they have no jet.
No, they're on the whale.
They're in the whale's wound.
Okay. Gotcha. Megan, go fly off and try to find the Tarrasque.
You absolutely can.
Well, I mean, you have a mech. We're fighting the elemental. What if you come around from the other side while we're fighting the elemental and it's distracted and try to push the top mech off?
Well, I have a -2 to strength, so the chances of it succeeding are a little low.
Don't leave us again, Chris. You can't
I'm not
just
trying
keep
to, but I'm
abandoning
like,
us.
I'm trying to look at my spells. And I'm like, none of those can help, but I do have locate object. And since I saved the Jackie Chan talisman, I could use that to locate the Tarrasque that actually has the marker on it.
Yeah, do what you do.
Yeah, I mean, I have that, so I can't really fight. This pug was not equipped with anything except a sprinkler system and some sweet tunes. So I'm going to try to use my magic to try to find that Tarrasque and see if I can't stop Invicta from getting any of the creatures.
Yeah, but what makes you think that you're not going to be fighting when you get to the Tarrasque?
Yeah, we don't want you alone.
I'm sure it'll work out.
So do you fly off without saying anything?
I mean, I could shoot a message over that's like, whale's safe. I can go to save that Tarrasque.
That just reminds me of that tweet. Like, astronauts come back, moon's haunted. What? Reloading gun, moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted.
That's just Adler saving the Trask. What? Saving the Trask. Bye. Moon's haunted.
Well, it was nice knowing her.
I will put over the radio that's what I'm going to do. But I'll finish it off by saying, unless the captain orders something different.
If the whale is like done and no longer the anchor thing is no longer on, I'm totally good with you going to head for the Trask.
Yeah, just don't get murdered.
Cool. And I'm going to activate my jetpack, which shoots out streams of starlight and sings a tune very similar to I Can't Dance by Genesis.
Oh, Chris.
Someone wear their extra pants today.
Yeah.
All right, so Dr. Adler takes off to save the Trask. Meanwhile, the rest of you are fighting this blood elemental. Let's just roll for Big Star. Let's see how he does. 7, he fails.
Oh.
Yeah, he's doing his best up there. But yeah, he's in
But
a...
isn't he in a Big Mac? Couldn't he help? I guess the blood would attack him.
He is in a huge, like, basically just a mech that moves crates around, so he doesn't have a lot of mobility. He does have strength, but he just can't quite get the twisting limbs of this very fluid elemental. But he's trying his best. He's helping. Back inside the cockpits, Liamoira, you just fire your shotgun into the deafening noise and threat of violence cows Elizabeth somewhat, and she says, "What was your name again?"
Captain Liamoira Melbeck.
All right, I'll have to remember that. You got a lot of fire in you, girl.
I have seen a lot of space and I want to see a lot more of it.
Yeah, you all kind of got that. I remember I knew this one guy back in the war, a gift named Granite. And we used to call him the Slab. Nothing could stop that guy. He just did whatever he wanted. It seemed like just bullets bounced off the dude. Saved my life a number of times. Got all kinds of medals and awards and everything. I remember one time I asked him, I said, "So we're paying you to fight for us. If they paid you, if the Illithids paid you, would you fight for them?" And he said, "Of course." Like, that's what war is. And honestly, part of me never forgave him for that. But have you ever seen Ceramorphosis? What the Illithids do to people?
Yes, I came across a bounty once who was, well, let's say I got there a little later than would have been ideal for them.
It's a horrible thing. You can hear the bones snapping and twisting. Happened to a lot of my friends, merfolks, humans, elves, dwarves, gnomes, but I never saw it happen to a GIF. They always seem to capture you guys alive, take you back. I don't know if for food or labor or what, but when they took Granite, I couldn't sleep for like a week, and I kept wondering if at the end he still would have fought for them for money.
I think it's easy to say on the outset, I'll go with money is in war, but I think for most, a couple of acts of war, a couple of acts of pure horror, probably enough.
That's what I'm saying. War turns people into not people anymore. And whatever it takes to stop that, if I have to kill every single Illithid with my own 2 hands to bring peace to the galaxy...
And if I have to kill every one of you space racists, we'll see what that happens.
I respect that.
I certainly don't think that your whole shtick of we're better than other races and we should be doing things our way and there is no... Your whole superiority thing, I don't see as any path to lasting peace.
No, of course not. That's just something we tell the tiny dick little boys who we want to carry guns for us. That's not for the adults. You know that, right? Like, we don't all believe that. I'm a grown woman.
So just as like a side note, I imagine like we're in the future. I imagine Liamoira's at the very least like got a phone that has like basic audio recording functionality just tucked in a pocket.
I mean, it did until it got hit with an EMP.
Oh, damn. See, this is where I was going to say she's just been, like, recording every time that she's, like, just been like, oh, yeah, here's our propaganda and here's what we're doing.
Is Hypatia a two-party recording planet?
No, that'd have been very juicy, but no, none of the electronics either of you have on you are functioning. Oh, that would have been very good, but no.
Right. Okay. At this point, Liamoira is going to go, look, it's a nice story. And she's going to pull the trigger again and go, I think you've stalled long enough.
You have no patience at all.
Not when going up against people like you.
Meanwhile, Dr. Adler, you fly your pug back over to the Valley of the Tarrasque.
Capybara.
You fly your capybara, which is, of course, the name you gave your pug, back over to the Valley of the Tarrasque, which it's like the Grand Canyon. It's so wide, because obviously the Tarrasque have to move through there, and they're very, very, very big. So it's a huge, huge feature. Do you want to spend a spell slot to use the locate item to find the anchor, or do you just want to look for it by hand?
I'll use the spell slot for it.
All right.
So that's my last level 2 spell slot, by the way.
All right, so you've used your last level 2 spell slot, and you activate your biotic powers to find the magical signal. You lock onto it, you fly down, you find the bull Tarrasque, like the biggest male in this biome, and it's right there on top of his head. Like, you would have seen it if you had climbed up to like ride him or something, but it's not visible from the ground, so you have to kind of land on top of him. Why don't you make a animal handling check to not bother this dude with your mech on his noggin?
15.
Yep, that's good. You can maybe just hover a little bit off of him or just set down very gently. And then you want to start that incantation to...
Yeah, boy.
All right, once you release this anchor, you have foiled Invicta's plans. So you get to work there. Give me one more Aquin soundbite.
That's that good shit.
Let's go back to the Blood Elemental. It's going to attack Dregg and Sasha. 14 for Dregg, 19 for Sasha.
Oh, yeah. That hit.
Nope.
Oh, fuck.
It's impossible to hit Dregg.
No, you hit me. Hoo-wee!
Yeah? How's that treating you?
I have 4 health left.
Uh-oh.
But I have to save the whale.
Mm-hmm.
If another thing is about to hit you, I'll just like do a speech really loud out the window of the crushed mechs.
No, I like this. So the claw of the Blood Elemental clamps onto Sasha's egg mech and begins to squeeze it, and the metal groans. It's damaged. She's the only one who's been getting hit in this fight, basically, because Dregg...
Please no squeeze.
Please no squeeze. And Dregg, you and Big Star work together to try to pry the claw off of Sasha before it kills her. But you don't have to, because as you struggle against its grip, it begins to melt away, because Elizabeth Bohr is releasing her concentration on the spell that has created this elemental, because, God, she really just wants you to stop firing that shotgun inside the mech. It's the worst, just auditorily speaking. Audibly, just the experience is bad, headphone-wise.
Okay, so can I Neospore in that whale now?
Yeah, so the blood elemental kind of melts, just like someone left a popsicle out in the sun, and the blood oozes back down onto the back of the whale, which is in a lot of pain, and the other whales have kind of circled now. They've all grouped up around it in a ring, and they're swimming through the air around this thing in like a protective stance. And they're all very upset, but they see that you're trying to help. So as the blood elemental washes back down into the wound, you can start treating it, although there's still 2 mechs in there.
All right, I need my big boys.
Yep.
It's you two.
It's time for Dregg and Big Star to carry these out, I guess.
All right, so Dregg and Big Star pick up the Greyhound and drag it off of the pug, and we have freed Captain Melbeck from her imprisonment.
I'm going to tap, once we have the Greyhound, I'm going to tap my shoulder at Sasha and then point at the mech.
So mech on mech, shoulder on. Yeah. Let me just finish Neosporing this whale real quick. Hold on.
Wait until we get the captain's mech out and then...
No, I know. I just wanted to say let me Neospore in this whale real quick. No. I'm gonna get on my egg will sit on the other mech's shoulder.
The purpose is for her to sit on the Greyhound so that our enemy doesn't get away.
Oh, that makes more sense. I thought you were just being cute.
Oh, I was, but
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna sit on that guy.
All right, so you sit on the cockpit of the Greyhound so she can't get out?
Yeah, and I'm gonna talk some shit.
Nice.
How's it feeling there, bitch? How's it feel to be so owned?
There's no air conditioning in here. It's kind of hot, honestly.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Do you have any lemonade out there?
Such delicious lemonade. Ooh. Sorry.
She doesn't enjoy the sound of bullets. I've discovered that.
I don't have a gun.
Yeah, the very rare problem people have of being trapped inside a small compartment with the sound of gunshots reverberating. How's your tinnitus?
It's fine, I'll drink through it. It's all good.
That's the spirit.
but she's able to climb out of her mech now. Then
Captain Melbeck, yeah, definitely.
Is it sensible for me to climb into someone else's mech?
The cockpits are very cozy and you're very big. I don't want to say no, but I think it would make things difficult.
The alternative is
Right on a mech.
I was gonna say intimidate her out of her mech, and then when the EMP wears off, just leave her in space. Just fly off with her mech. Her mech seems cool.
That's not how EMPs work. The mech is dead.
yeah,
I murdered it.
I think earlier you said they're dead for the foreseeable future, so I was like, do they wear off?
well, yeah, until they have all of their electronic components replaced.
Fine.
Haha.
That is how they work. But yeah, even if you weren't sitting on her cockpit, Sasha, the door was like electrically opened, right? There's like a button you have to push to open it, and it's dead. So she's just trapped in that steel coffin, pretty much no matter what.
So we don't have to worry too much about her doing anything in the immediate future.
No, maybe just being a kind of a sassy little firebrand, but
Okay.
I can handle that.
all right. Anybody want to roll medicine to help this whale?
I already did, didn't I?
A crit,
Damn
19.
it. But I wanted to save the whale.
I got a 5.
Yeah, so Dregg does not help, but a 20 and a 19 are excellent. Melbeck, you have ranger training, so why don't you just narrate to me what you do?
So with ranger training, a lot of what Captain Melbeck is good at is knowing about like creatures and animals, mainly for the tracking side, but like you gotta know like the habits and the general behaviors and makeup of creatures. So I think Captain Melbeck knows enough to be like, okay, we need to just get these things out of the wound, hold the wound shut, and once you've got the wound held shut, this creature is like relatively good at healing as long as it's all held together. So Captain Melbeck sort of directs the remaining working mechs to sort of hold the wound like pretty tightly shut so that it can sort of fuse back together.
And I'm just like rubbing it with Neosporin.
Yeah, just like one of you hold it shut and the other just like gently rub the Neosporin in.
Y'all made fun of my Neosporin.
Yeah, the tube that's small for a person is helping this whale that would be the largest creature ever to known to be. That's hard to say.
It's the thought that counts.
Let's say that the Neosporin just like triggers some kind of like natural healing process, and the
Yeah.
whale's like, I can do that.
I could lay on hands, but honestly, the number of hit points that I'm capable of restoring would probably be meaningless too.
But please do that to me.
Oh yeah, no, that was totally in the cards. I was just waiting for a good
I'm
time.
dying. Please, my family's dying.
Yeah, I mean, she was one hit away from dying in that fight. Dregg's very stingy with the hands.
Well, that was like, I was really grateful that it ended when it did, because my next action, instead of attacking, was going to have to be healing her. So
Thanks.
worked out.
Hooray! I helped.
All right, anything else from you guys before we go back to Dr. Adler?
Well, I am going to lay hands on her for 10 hit points.
Yay! I'm human. Well, I'm a bird again.
I like to picture the humanoid mech picking up the egg mech and just kind of holding it by the sides of its face and just being like, you little Kirby ass bitch. You Jigglypuff fuck. I love you.
Me. We saved the whales.
Woo!
Hooray! Now should we head to go save the Trask?
What are you gonna do about the sassy bitch? We can't leave her on the whale.
Can we just, drag her, carcassed mech back with us? Just sort of, just keep it with us.
All right, so back with Dr. Adler, you finish up the incantation. The anchor lights up, clicks, and falls off.
I'm keeping this one too.
All right, you're just making a collection of dead artifacts.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna paint little animals on them later, and I'm gonna pretend they do different things. This one is going to be a ox, and it makes you stronger.
Do the Jackie Chan adventures exist in this universe?
Or
are you inventing this mythos?
Well, in this one, it's called Smacky Dan.
I hate it.
And yes, it does exist.
Smacky Dan.
It's really just an inversion of names, and every other detail is 100% the same.
But so this is a show Olivia grew up with?
Sure. Yeah.
It's important we establish this critical fiction.
Please tell me about Smacky Dan.
And by the process of this show existing, the Chinese zodiac also exists. Otherwise, it'd seem like a pretty random collection of animals.
Yeah, we're just raising too many questions, honestly, at this point. So you do that, you collect this anchor, and why don't you roll me a perception check?
Perception is not my strong suit. 18, suck it.
All right. With an 18, you first of all, you don't notice anything on your sensors before you actually hear it out loud, like reverberating through the air, and it's the sound of a sonic boom as something's coming down from above you. And your sensors do pick it up, but it's way later than they should. So you don't know technologically what that means, but you succeeded, so you're not taken by surprise, but you notice that it's something that could very easily have taken you by surprise.
I'm going to look and see what it is that just caught me by surprise. And I'm going to hope it's a giant chocolate bar.
Same.
Hershey's or Nestle's? This is your only chance.
Hershey's, of course. Gotta rep that PA pride.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, Hershey Park. I went there once.
It's very fun.
I got a sundae that was too big and I couldn't finish it because I was a child.
I found a stuffed bear that I got there in 1985.
Whoa.
Yeah.
These are all very telling stories. So, Dr. Adler, you look up and you see another mech. And it's not a surprise to you. You know that Kaiser came down to get the turtle, Elizabeth came down to get the whale, and the leader of Invicta is coming down to get the Trask. So on some level, you must have known this was coming. Mm-hmm. But it still fills your stomach with dread. You get a very heavy knot inside of you when you see this thing, because it's not like any of the other mechs you have seen on this planet. The other mechs were once again, the Dalmatian was a firefighting mech, the Malamute was a mech for moving big shipping containers, and the Greyhound was a racing mech. But this is a military mech. This was designed to kill.
Oh no.
So it's a good thing you're here all by yourself, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This mech is the Legrand Red Wolf.
Ooh.
Red wolves are not actually red. They're more of a brownish, orangish color. But this mech is like blood red. And it is aerodynamic, very sharp. It has like wings almost on its back. Like they're jets that like help it maneuver, but they look like wings. It has two sword hilts at its hip, one on each side. This thing means business, and it streaks down out of the sky. It's not as fast as the Greyhound, but it's very, very fast. And it kind of stops as it sees you floating. It sees you standing on the Trask, and the red wolf stops in the air and kind of looks down at you and surveys what's going on. And then it starts slowly lowering down to basically get eye to eye with you.
I have a query for Chris.
Yes.
Chris, do you think you can get this very deadly killing machine that would have no trouble killing you to have a 10-minute conversation about morality so we can catch up with you?
It's very possible.
That is an extremely Dice Funk thing to do, is to take advantage of my propensity to monologue to kill my villains. So do you say or do anything as the red wolf kind of slowly lowers down out of the sky?
So I got a question. The comms that exist on this, like, do they just connect with one another, and is there any voice modulation that is possible to go along with it?
It's up to you. Roleplay.
I want to say that there is. So I want basically like open communication with the mech and just be like, "Oh, were you looking for this? Sorry, it just fell off." And then I'm gonna throw it behind me.
It's extremely sassy, Doctor.
It looks like it's broken now.
Yeah.
And someone painted an ox on it.
You get a return message. This one is full video from the pilot's side, full video and audio, although you do not have to reciprocate. You see the figure of Colonel Cassius Pire. Cassius, Cassius, Pire, Pire. This is an Aarakocra, like Sasha. It's a bird person.
The bird.
Yeah, he's a bird. There's a couple things you should know about this character, and that we're all seeing on screen for the first time. The first is that the kind of bird he is an imperial eagle.
Oh, wow. He's one of those boys.
Yeah, he's a big eagle. The couple notable things about him physically, one is that, like all Aarakocra, he has the 2 arms, 2 legs, that kind of humanoid setup, and then 2 wings on his back. However, one of the wings is a graphene prosthetic. That's something you notice, and that's where the Invicta symbol is on his body. He doesn't have a tattoo on his skin. He has like almost like a graffito tag on his graphene prosthetic, which is the Invicta symbol of the illithid skull with the knife through it. So that's one thing. The other thing is that Cassius is wearing a very notable necklace. Circling his throat, he has a clearly handmade necklace covered, absolutely bristling with trophies. You spot an illithid beak. You spot Neogi fangs. Neogi, if you'll recall, they're kind of spider-eel hybrids. And you spot some GIF ears.
I hate him.
And the necklace goes all the way around his neck and is just... there's like no free space. It's just trophies all the way around from a different alien species. And like the clothes he's wearing are pretty simple. It's almost like a very monochromatic pilot suit, like almost like a plug suit from Neon Genesis Evangelion, or kind of a lower key like Destiny armor. It's just like very, very sleek and functional. It's not ostentatious. There aren't any like medals on it or anything. And this guy does not seem to be armed, sitting in his mech. It also has way more chords than the ones you fought. If you'll recall, Kaiser's mech had 5. This one has like 13 at least. So it seems to have much more integration, so that the handling is much more precise. This is a mech meant to fight other mechs. So that's all the things you notice about Cassius Pire right now.
He seems an intimidating big boy.
Yeah, he doesn't seem great.
Not super like great first impression. I might warm up to him. Like maybe we start talking about movies. We find some common ground there or something like that. But right now, with the trophies of dead races along his neck, he doesn't seem like he's a super fun dude.
Would you be into him if it turned out he grew up also watching Smacky Band Adventures?
Smacky Dan?
Smacky Dan.
Smacky Dan Adventures.
Smacky Dan's adventures were kind of an unknown thing. Not everybody knew how good it was, so I would be very impressed if he did watch it and enjoy it, but he looks like he's an old dude who doesn't like it.
What if he just showed up wearing an oversized novelty Smacky Dan t-shirt?
I'd be like, where did you get that? Because they did not release those in public consumption.
So the first thing you do upon seeing this person is throw his magic device away and basically shit talk him. And he laughs. And it is a low, raspy laugh. There seems to be something wrong with this person's voice.
I mean, I'm waiting for him to make the next move, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will say in advance, I'm gonna prepare an action.
Mm-hmm.
So if his mech makes like a move, I'm going to use the spell command. But if he wants to laugh and talk nonsense, he's free to do so until then.
Cassius says, "Identify yourself, pilot."
Big delicious over here.
Fuck. It's gonna be very hard to be intimidating when you are being a fucking clown. I do love it though. Cassius says, "Where are your comrades?"
Negative there. Big delicious works alone. Lone wolf.
Is that how you want to die? Alone?
Depressing thought, but we all die alone in one way or the other.
I do. Only what I choose.
You got any more fortune cookies in there you want to read off there, 10-4?
The red wolf turns slightly, and then with one fluid movement, it draws one of its blades. So at its hip, there are like two sword hilts. It grabs one of them and pushes a button on the side of it. And as the hilt comes out of its holster, you see that it is just a hilt, basically. And the button ignites our good old friend, the beam sword of every mecha ever. But rather than a slender sword, the kind of sword that's meant for like sword fights between mechs, this is almost a machete.
Is it like Cloud Sword?
It's actually not that big. I was like, oh, it's bigger than a normal sword. You went even bigger.
Oops.
Yeah, it is not it's not the Buster sword, which is just like ludicrous. It is like I said, like a colonialist's machete made out of white hot plasma.
You're using it to cut through big vines in a forest, kind of big knife.
Yes, although in this case the big forest vines are other mechs.
Yeah.
This is a military mech made for chopping through other mechs the way machetes chop through forest undergrowth. But it does not attack you. I don't know if you want to activate your command, but what it does is it stabs the nearest Tarask.
I knew it! How dare you!
Yeah, I mean, if the sword comes out, I wouldn't have a knowledge that he was trying to like slash my mech's head off, so I will cast command. So Cassius needs to make a wisdom saving throw to beat 14.
Oof.
22.
Can you re-roll that?
Fuck.
Absolutely not.
Damn.
Then the engines fire on the red wolf, and it blasts forward and basically cuts a ring around this Tarask's throat and nearly decapitates it.
And now the Tarask gets really angry and finishes the fight for us by fighting the mech.
Yeah, I mean, it howls in agony as just a huge laser machete was just ripped across its throat.
You can't kill it, it's a Tarask!
And its cries of agony draw attention from other Tarasks in the valley who begin coming in to investigate. And yes, the wound does start closing. These things heal pretty automatically, but it's a show of force.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my book on Tarask was very outdated. Do I know that it doesn't need healing? Because if not, I'm gonna try to heal it.
Yeah, if you want to heal it, you can. It's gonna take a while to heal naturally. So make a role-playing decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm going to start healing it because it's a creature in pain. I don't jam with that.
I love that. I love that Dr. Adler characterization. So Cassius slits the Tarask's throat, and like he's going extremely fast. Like obviously the Tarask is going to take a swing at him, try to bite him out of the air, but he's very fast, and he just drags his blade across its throat, and there's just a torrent of blood that gushes out. And yes, it's going to heal in time, but Dr. Adler, you fly in and you start using healing magic to help. It also probably just ease its pain. And at this point, the red wolf hangs a U-turn and flies back above you. It's trying to keep you from flying off. It's not attacking you yet, but it's kind of trying to cut off your escape as more Tarasks close in.
I mean, I'm going to keep trying to heal that Tarask. I mean, I know the situation is bad because a bunch of Tarasks are going to close in and I'm like the one foreign thing in the area.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm kind of in between a rock and a hard place. If I try to fly off, it's going to get me, and then I leave something in pain. So I'm going to keep healing it and just deal with the consequences of that.
Love it. All right, back with the rest of the group. What have you guys decided to do? with no knowledge of this other scene.
Well, we head down to go help Chris deal with the Tarrasque.
Yep.
Can we just drag the carcass of the broken mech down with us?
Yeah, let's carry her with us. Bargaining chip.
I'll just ride on the back of one of your mechs for now.
All right, I guess Dregg and Big Star grab the Greyhound and are carrying it, and Captain Melbeck, you want to jump up on Sasha? She did save your life.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Sips on the top of my egg.
I'll get on the top of that egg and just go while we're going down. Just be like, "Thank you for that. I always knew you had it in you, dear."
How much time would it take to remove, the limbs from this thing?
Do you just want to take just the torso capsule?
That's kind of what I was thinking, yeah. Just from a practicality standpoint.
And just to be a little bitch.
Also, it's way more intimidating
Yeah.
to show up with the, dismembered core.
Just the torso.
Yeah, I mean, Big Star is an engineer, so I want to say with his expertise, you guys can do this in flight. He can disassemble the major joints on this and kind of dissect it.
Okay, cool, yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
Captain Melbeck, Sasha, you guys were talking?
I just say to Sasha, just thank you for that, and I always know I can count on you, dear.
We're a family. That's what a crew is. And we gotta stick together and look out for each other.
Indeed. Thank you for preventing my requiring to negotiate with terrorists. It's always appreciated.
Fuck terrorists.
Exactly.
And these Invicta fools are really getting my goat.
I'm not a fan of the kind of people that think that they're superior to everyone else and also find caring about anything a weakness. It's not the type of person I enjoy.
And they were gonna she hurt that whale.
Exactly, right. Let's go kick their asses.
Who would hurt a whale? They're whales.
Let's go kick their asses.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are yelling through the mech anyway because Captain Melbeck's on top of it. So I think Elizabeth just yells out of her mech. She says, "The whale wouldn't have gotten hurt if you guys would have just let us take it. We're just gonna take pictures with it, put it on our website. It's not you made it a whole thing.
You don't have the proper equipment to care for a giant whale. Don't lie to me.
They're photosynthetic. They literally don't require
Your butt's photosynthetic.
Also, it's not necessarily them getting harmed that I'm worried about. It's the people that you don't like and think you're superior to. I worry for them if you have a giant whale and a Tarrasque and a turtle.
For the record, I don't think I'm superior to anyone. I just want to kill illithids.
I don't like you. Shut up.
Fair enough.
I'm the boss now. Boss baby.
A superior to GIF, yeah.
I told you I met a lot of fine GIF. Whatever.
You just don't want to work with them.
It's
just space racist.
Racist.
I just told you my closest war buddy was a GIF. Are you high?
The fact that you liked one person from a group doesn't change the fact that you're like, Vinny can't join us because you're part of that group.
You can't just be like, oh, I had a GIF friend once.
I can't be space racist. I have a GIF friend.
I mean, yeah, you are totally calling her out on that. But she says, I don't care. I'd serve with a GIF. It's just not great for the kind of people we need to recruit are like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll be space racist because we need the support of the space racists.
That's politics. Da 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 da.
Anyway, we go down to help with the Tarrasque.
All right, Dr. Adler, you're healing this Tarrasque, and the red wolf is getting very close to your mech. It's almost like standing on your shoulders at this point, and it pulls out the other beam sword, this kind of laser machete, as you will, and it's kind of holding both loosely. It's not like poised to strike. And Cassius says to you again, "What is your power?"
Big Delicious can rock a jazz flute like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Big Delicious conduit of smooth jazz.
The red wolf kind of just gingerly pokes down with its machete and just tries to basically cut off the arm of your mech, just like nonchalantly, like pulling the legs off of an ant. Do you do anything to resist this?
I suppose to actually justify that I was healing the mech or the Tarrasque, I'm going to say that I used up the last 2 of my level 1 spell slots because those are the only spell slots I could actually heal with. So I have nothing except cantrips, and none of them particularly do a whole lot here. Does he have a cup of water in his thing that I can see, and I could turn it into a hand that slaps him? Does he have coffee in his shot?
No, but I like where your head's at.
Does he drool a lot by chance?
No.
Can I be like Magneto in X2 and I suck the moisture out of him to form enough of a hand to like splash his controls and break them?
This is all solid gold. Do you want to do anything about him cutting the arm off your mech?
I mean, I can't, so I guess you have it.
All right. I mean, it's not even a fierce kind of blow. He kind of just reaches down, tucks the blade between the seam on the arm and the torso, and just flicks it, and it just cuts off immediately. He's just basically needling at you, like curiously at this point. So you just continue healing the Trask?
Yeah, I'm going to, and I'm going to also note, you're going to want to make sure you get with the park to replace that damage that you just did.
All right, so that's the scene that you guys see when you arrive at the Valley of the Trask. There is a red military mech picking Dr. Adler's pug apart. Dr. Adler's capybara, my apologies.
Thank
so
you.
before we've gotten too close and raised too much attention to the fact that we're arriving as backup, I would like to cast one of them spell bullets what I've got. I want to cast Ensnaring Strike on the mech.
Love it.
Next time I hit an enemy with an attack, so if I shoot this mech in a second, it will have to succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by magical vines. So, can I cast the spell and then fire a shot at it?
You can do whatever you want.
10. I'm gonna re-roll that because I want to do this cool entry to the fight. Does
it have to be a fight? Because I don't think it's going to be much of a fight.
I don't think necessarily a fight, but I think immobilizing this thing before it continues ripping would be a good... Immobilizing it would be a good start.
But I can, if I don't want to, shut down your mech without your permission, Chris, but I can just fucking Shrek his mech.
How?
Don't I still have the EMP?
No.
Does it only work once?
Yes.
Damn.
They're extraordinarily expensive.
Too much power.
I re-rolled and I got a 10 again. I rolled a 3 plus 7 once again. Where am I at on that table?
8.
Yeah, the next roll would halve my hit point maximum, wouldn't it? Huh.
Also, just for the record, a lot of military hardware is hardened against EMP. That's the term for it. They're hardened.
Oh.
They cannot be EMP. That's just a real life thing.
Oh, God.
So then I use my re-roll, right?
We're going up.
12. Does 12 hit it?
No.
Can I send a message to them?
Yeah.
I guess I can use Objectivist, and can I just pass on the message of do not engage?
Okay.
No kidding.
You made him too scary, Austin.
I stopped trying to shoot this thing with my cool lock it in place spell. Sorry.
I mean, it is too late. You did fire. So you riding on top of Sasha's mech, level your shotgun at the Red Wolf, and you pull the trigger, and I guess vines shoot out of your shotgun, which is pretty cool. They slam into the side. Yeah.
Let me double check that. I don't know if the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack, so because I missed, the vines don't happen yet.
I mean, it's just flavor text.
Okay. I didn't want this using up my ensnaring strike.
You have vines until you hit.
Okay.
Which is represented by like your vine ammo, I guess you reloaded.
Yeah, that's fine. I knew that. I apologize. The way you described it made it sound like you were not doing it that way. Sorry.
So you shoot vines out, and they slap against the hard metal exterior of the Red Wolf, and it turns slowly to face you, not even phased, really. Just kind of like, oh, what's this? Ooh, what's this? Sorry, that's just my brain. And then it begins flying over to the group. Once again, just kind of lackadaisically, as if, what are you guys doing over here?
Can I take another shot at it? Unless anyone else has another idea. This thing's coming towards us now.
Well, I mean, I think engaging this in combat is a losing strategy. I think we probably have other skills we could employ.
I'm taking the lead here. I've decided. I'm not going to engage, but I'm going to engage communications. I'm going to open my communications, a video feed, because I'm also a bird.
Mm-hmm.
Bird solidarity, fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Halt!
Ooh, can you talk in the air voice? And when you do, it's just
Yeah. I'm gonna say in Orin, halt. It sounds like that's what wind sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, he responds to you in common, but not in a dissimilar voice, because, once again, something is wrong with his voice.
Right.
This is not an accent. Something's wrong with his voice. And he says to you, "How do you intend on enforcing your threats?"
We have your bitch.
Yo! I cannot believe you just said that.
I thought it would be funny.
So you say I have your bitch.
I don't actually say that. No, maybe I should actually say that because it's ballsy.
Do it.
Okay, I say it.
Oh no! I crit!
What did he do?
Before you can even blink, the red wolf lunges forward and sinks a machete into the side of your egg mech.
My egg. Am I hurt?
Oh, yeah, dog. 13 damage. How does that treat you?
I have 1 health. I've got 1 health. I've got one of them. Just one.
Okay, so he swings this machete into the side of your mech, and it cuts through the torso almost into the cockpit. It's the edge of the blade is in the cockpit with you, and you are just inches from burning alive inside of this robot. Captain Melbeck, you're still on top of it, and it shudders. Make dexterity saving throw to not plummet off the top of this thing.
That's an 8. Ha! How bad a fall is it gonna be if I take this fall?
If you fall, you die.
Okay, reroll. I now have that half HP, that happening. Okay. 8 and an 11, so that's 8 because of disadvantage. Let's reroll that, please. Okay, so now I have an 11 and a 10, so 10. Is 10 good enough?
It is not.
I suspect 11's not going to be good enough either, is it?
Correct.
Ha! Yeah, I'm gonna have to burn a bunch of rerolls to not die, aren't I? Ha!
So I still have 1 arm on my pug, Capybara, correct?
Correct.
Can I fly over to, catch Captain Melbeck?
It would be you're pretty far away. You have to make some kind of roll.
I mean, I'm going to try to. I don't know what roll you want me to make. How about a investigation?
I think acrobatics.
Or a medicine. Oh, but I have a disadvantage to acrobatics.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a consequence for the thing that happened.
All right, well, that's fine. All I have is a -1 with disadvantage. This will go well. 6. I had a 17 at the start too, but I have a 6.
Oh my god.
I could reroll that 6 for you, but I wouldn't be able to move afterwards.
10.
No.
Okay. Yeah, no. All right, so Dregg's gonna open up a channel to Cassius.
Well, before we have more conversations, someone needs to save Captain Melbeck.
I don't think I can because I just got stabbed.
I'm still holding. What's Big Star doing?
He's helping you hold Elizabeth.
Okay, I'm gonna try for a thing and we'll see if this works. While I'm falling, I'm gonna take a shot at the mech. Because if this works, I'm gonna roleplay a fucking thing if this works.
Holy shit. Are you gonna try to swing?
I'm gonna try and swing off of the vines.
Spider-Man! Spider Hippo!
That fucking owns. Okay, so we've never done this in the history of Dice Funk, or that I can remember, but there's a mechanic called inspiration, where if you do something dope, I can just give you advantage because it's dope.
Okay, does that cancel out my disadvantage?
Not by the rules, but yes, because I want it to happen.
Okay, so... That's a 9 with a 2.
Was that your only roll? No, you have advantage.
Oh, okay. So it's not just like evening out. Okay, that's fine.
just roll again. Don't question it. Roll again.
20.
Yes!
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me what you do.
So I take the shotgun blast while I'm falling in the air. My legs don't work anymore. I can't walk any further. I'm too drunk. I take one shot, ensnaring this thing in vines to immobilize it, and then swinging down to safety on the vines.
Where are you trying to land?
On a Tarrasque. That's not safe. I'm sorry. It'd just be cool.
Yeah. No, I land on the Tarrasque.
All right, Captain Melbeck, you mount a Tarrasque. You land on its head, and now it is your mount. I don't know if you're familiar with mounted combat rules in D&D, but let's assume you've put your main saddle on this Tarrasque in the Red Dead Redemption kind of thing. Do you want to give this guy a name?
Oh, Terrifying Terry the Tarrasque.
All right, I love Terry already.
The triple T.
Yeah, it's Terrifying Terry. He's my new bud. So that mech is now for 1 minute is covered in the big old thorns. It's got to succeed. What has it got to do? Sorry.
Strength check.
It's got to do a strength check on each of its turns to try and break free, and if it doesn't break free, it takes damage.
All right, Dregg, do you want to open up that line of communication now?
I wanted to open up that line of communication before things went horribly, horribly wrong.
You can't let me mouth off.
That's not his... Not when his captain... There's a chain of command.
Hey, your captain is currently mounting a Tarrasque. I think we're fine.
My captain's psychotic.
Hey, I talked the person into not, attacking you with the blood elemental. I did stuff this campaign.
Yes, we've all done a lot. It's true. We've all done a lot. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna open up communication because he's not going anywhere for a second, and we're clearly not going anywhere for a second. We have your friend. Sorry.
Yeah, we have your friend. Sorry, huh? Dregg likes to keep it simple. Cassius says, "You should take what you want. Go where you want. Kill who you want."
Oh, please, no, kill me.
And
what do you want?
I want you to take your friend and leave. You have won. You have what you came for.
He super doesn't.
And I'm gonna roll persuasion.
Yeah. Even the guy who can't talk says something.
20.
All right, Dregg wins the arc.
Yay.
Lauren, you want to try that again?
No, because I was winning the arc and then I got fucking murdered.
Oh no!
So
for
maybe
once,
I'm not
Lauren
thrilled.
doesn't do the thing that ends the arc. Oh no!
I don't do it every time, do I really?
Last season you kept every time I was about to do a cool thing, you would walk in and like, oh, and I do a 3 damage attack and kill the god.
Laura, if there's a god, I have to kill it.
And if there's a mech, Dregg gotta be the
That's
diplomat.
Yep.
Oh, Dregg got layers.
It's like an onion.
Cassius says, "That is acceptable." And he pulls the machete out of the side of Sasha's pug and switches both of them off, holsters those weapons, and holds out a hand to take the dismembered Greyhound mech.
We made it easy to carry.
Fair enough.
Be careful. That one doesn't like the sound of gunfire terribly much.
Actually, so he's still tied up with these vines. Does anybody help him, or do you just wait until he just flexes out of it?
No, we'll be putting that in his hand and removing them so he can leave.
Oh yeah, no. I'm willing to remove them. As much fun as it would be to just sit and watch him struggle for a minute or so until he got them off.
I'm just gonna lay my mech down on the ground. Had a hard day.
Oh, just that little sleepy egg.
Yeah, I have 1 health.
Yeah, I mean, you almost got cut clean in half.
So I'm just laying there like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah. All right, yeah, those pugs, everyone but Dregg. Dregg basically didn't get touched and he won, which is pretty sweet, but fucking Dr. Adler lost an arm, Captain Melbeck got EMP'd, and you nearly got bisected. So it's been a rough arc, but you guys won handily. You took down all the villains, foiled their plans completely, and Cassius takes the dismembered Greyhound in the arms of the Red Wolf and flies away. I think maybe with just a parting word or something. He says,
Don't call people bitches.
Nah, I think he just does it wordlessly. Yeah, if he was a different kind of person, right, he would like make a big speech or something. But I think he just takes the Greyhound and goes. It's almost like anticlimactic in a way. And there's something up with him, obviously, seriously, but you can't quite put your finger on it now.
He's my mortal enemy now.
Okay, well, you've declared it. Captain Melbeck, it's a shame you didn't get to fight him while driving a Tarrasque. I don't know why I said driving, but I was excited for that. Literally just mech versus Tarrasque with you as the pilot.
I was excited for it too, but like at the very least, Captain Melbeck is gonna try and give this Tarrasque some just like gentle ear scritches and be like, it's cool. This is like the best way this could have ended.
Yeah, I mean, you guys won entirely. I don't know if there's any negative, like, the park's equipment got trashed, but that's not your problem. I guess Dr. Adler's back is not great. We didn't address that, but you tried to make an acrobatics to catch Captain Melbeck. You kind of just threw your one-armed mech sideways and just whiffed and just kind of careened into a forest or something.
Yeah, I'm not doing great. I'm pretty fucked up from all that.
So after taking some time to pull yourselves together, I guess you guys maybe ride the Tarrasque back to the Snallygaster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole way, the captain is just like sat up as proud as possible, just like, this was a flawless mission. I'm riding us back by Tarrasque. I hope you're enjoying the journey. Just, yeah. I think Captain Melbeck has like big dick energy going on right now while she drives this thing back.
All right, yeah, I think you guys would just leave the trashed mechs at the mouth of the valley, and you all together ride up on the Tarrasque's head, because with Dr. Adler's healing magic, you've made it clear that you're its friend, and it likes you. What was it, Scary Terry, the Tarrasque?
Terrible Terry?
Terrifying Terry the Tarrasque.
Yeah, and so you guys are riding him back to the Snallygaster. The sun is setting. It's a beautiful sunset here on Hypatia, the newly saved planet, thanks to the bastards. What do you guys talk about on your way back to the ship?
I'm going to state that Olivia needs to rest because I'm jacked up. But I want to note that it's like she's like back to back with Big Star, so she can sleep against his back because he seems like a sturdy rock.
Yep, he'll sit down and you can sleep against him.
Sasha's gonna cry a little bit.
Oh, about which part?
If I die, who's gonna take care of Objectivus?
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on Objectivus.
He's a rowdy little boy.
You're not gonna die anyway. Look, you're a sturdy gal. You ain't dying anytime soon, but it's all right. We'll look after him.
Just having a small existential crisis, no big deal.
If you die, can I have your body?
We'll talk about it. Don't kill your mother.
Thank you all for having my back. Just, there's a moment up there where I was in a very perilous situation. I had to put my faith very much in you all, and you all, as ever, completely had it handled. Couldn't ask for a more wondrous crew. Thank you all.
Yeah, no sweat. That's what a crew is. We're like a little family, right? Right, everybody?
Right, Dregg?
Right, Dregg? Right, Olivia?
Ahana means crew.
Snallygaster means nobody gets left behind. So, who's going to address the elephant in the room of us wanting to ask Big Star to join the crew?
Didn't he already turn us down like 3 times?
he said he'd have to talk to Dr. Adler. So let's say you guys get to the Snallygaster, people climb down off the Tarask, and I think Big Star just picks up Dr. Adler in a fireman's carry.
I'll wake up by then. I'm not going to make him carry me down.
He insists.
It's a good thing that he's maybe not needing to carry her, because Captain Melbeck can't walk.
I'll carry the captain.
All right, so Big Star is going to pull Dr. Adler aside, and I think probably Dregg is going to have to help Captain Melbeck into bed because she can't walk because she's very drunk. Sasha, what are you doing?
I'm going to go check on my sweet baby boy child.
Your sweet son?
My sweet son.
Do you have any? Does he call you mom, or is he just your son?
I think it's funnier if he's just my son.
I agree. I'm glad we have the same comedic instincts. Where he's like, "All right, Sasha," and you're like, "My son."
Please, baby boy. My child.
So you enter the Snallygaster and go to where do you think he hangs out?
Probably my bedroom.
Before you even get to your bedroom, you see that there is a puddle of blood in the hallway.
Objectivist?
Hello, it is I.
Have you been a bad boy?
Please define your query.
Why is there a puddle of blood that wasn't previously here?
Courage said I could.
He said you could what?
I assume this whole time you guys are having this back and forth telepathically. You're following the blood. It goes down the hallway, takes a turn, and you end up at the airlock that leads to the outside, where you would. It's what we referred to before as the boyfriend brig.
Ah, yes, the boyfriend cage.
Which, it's not. That's a joke, right? You don't actually have a cage for your boyfriends.
No, of course not.
Okay, but it's a large area that, for instance, could possibly hold 4 mechs if at some point you got
Many boyfriends.
What?
It could hold many boyfriends then.
Oh yeah, it could hold many boyfriends now. Hopefully it won't come to that. But that area, so there's a door that leads out where other smaller ships could be launched out of the Snallygaster. But you see that the door is closed now, and on the other side of the room, Courage in his shell is standing in front of a pile of bodies, and that is where the blood came from. The trail leads right up to there.
Who bodies be those?
Courage turns and looks at you and says, "Space! Racists."
Oh boy. Oh no.
They tried to steal the ship, Sasha.
Oh boy.
And you see Courage is actually wearing your Flava Flav giant goo necklace, and inside is your son, Objectivist, and he's swimming around in his goo, and Courage is wearing it. And they're a team. Courage is currently holding his double-sided graphene spear, which he seemed to have used to massacre a boarding party of Invicta who were trying to steal your ship while you were off saving the whales.
Okay, so my baby boy didn't kill them all.
Courage said I could eat some brain.
Okay, but who actually did the murder?
Courage waves his spear at you, and there's blood on both ends.
Okay, well, I guess, we're gonna have to have a family meeting about, how we handle enemies, and if we murder them, spoiler alert, probably not. But, I guess if Courage already murdered them, then I don't see why you can't eat their brains.
Courage says, "Special? Forces? Commando."
Yeah. I just, worry about how the others will take this.
Objectiva says, "You met him when he was in an assassination team to kill me and my friends. Are you surprised by the murder?"
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be, but a little bit. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
I am also disappointed. I was hoping to undergo Ceramorphosis, but he killed them before I could.
Have you ever considered just turning into that big worm? That seems pretty cool. Being a big worm.
While I admire the size and ferocity of the Neolithid, I would not regain the intelligence I currently enjoy. They are somewhat feral and do not possess any psionics, which is the most respected element of our culture.
Ah. Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna clean up. Let's clean up the ship before everybody gets back. We're still gonna tell them about this, but maybe we shouldn't surprise them with piles of blood.
Courage gestures to the door of the boyfriend brig, which I'm gonna have to keep calling now because I guess future mech garage doesn't have the same ring to it. And he says, "Space? Bodies?"
I think that's not cool. I feel like that'd be shady. I feel like we should consult with the captain.
Acknowledged.
And yeah, we'll definitely need to set some future rules about murdering people. Because I feel like if we murder people, then we can't be the good guys anymore.
Courage says, "Rules. Therapy. Discussion."
Yes, exactly. You're so smart, Courage. Or you should definitely talk about this in group therapy.
Sasha, after we clean up, can you show me how to cook a brain? It is apparently a process for making food much tastier.
It's so hard being a mother.
All right, back with Big Star and Dr. Adler, you guys sneak around the back of the Snallygaster where no one can overhear you have this conversation. Doctor, your friends, are quite insistent on me being the ship mechanic. Do you have input on this?
I mean, we don't have a mechanic, and the lack of having one does seem like an immensely huge flaw in our strategy that should be fixed at some point. And I don't know of a better mechanic than you. Plus, considering everything that's happened here, I figured this was something that was going to happen sooner than later.
It's certainly true that even a small bit of damage to the Snallygaster will expose the entire crew to the cold void of space, where you all asphyxiate and die without a mechanic. However, there is a reason we parted ways.
Oh no.
Back then. Has the situation changed?
I mean, you saw what happened here. I think it's pretty clear that it's only a matter of time. And it might be better to be together when it happens than not.
Sound logic, Doctor. Ah, funny. Silly me. I keep calling you Doctor. I hope they didn't notice. What name are you going by now?
I mean, Doctor. Oh.
Yes, of course. But if it were to come up in conversation and they were to ask if there was a situation where I'd have to pretend to know your name.
Oh, I'll whisper in his ear then.
Olivia Adler?
Yeah, well, it sounds like he's fucking like giggling and laughing the whole way through, and I want him to be like, Olivia Adler now. What a name.
Now, he took you aside.
Yeah, okay. Then yeah, I'm going to tell him. It's Olivia Adler now.
Okay. It would have been quite awkward if we were making some sort of reservation and I would have had to put it in your name and I would have just said Doctor and they would like, Doctor Who? And I would have been like, love that show. And then I would have tried to run out the back.
I think the 4th season's the only one that's any good. That seems like a hipster thing. I don't know. I don't watch Doctor Who at all.
I mean, we can all agree that David Tennant could hit the back walls, am I right?
Oh yeah.
High five. But Christopher Eccleston is highly underrated. Or wait, no, hold on. Schmistopher Reckleston.
Whoa, Reckleston, huh?
All right. I'll put you in your room, Doctor. I have to go talk to your captain.
I can walk just fine on my own. I don't want to trouble you. Plus, I don't know. You have a gun for our hand. It feels like that might be,
Oh my god.
you know, I don't want you to shoot me. No, I'm good. I'm just going to walk.
Whose fault is it, Doctor? I had 2 hands when I met you.
Oh shit.
Maybe you should have been faster.
I think it might end on that, huh?
Sure.
At the rate we're going, though, someday the credits are going to have to be their own show. We're going to have a spin-off show.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring somebody else in.
It's going to be a whole production. I mean, it's a good problem to have, right? A smarter person would be able to leverage this into some kind of intelligent way besides just being buried under the list, but...
Good luck.
Thanks. November 2018. Credits.
Oh god, it's already November?
Well, what are you thankful for? Turkeys?
Almost started crying again, hold on.
They're not that cute.
They are pretty cute.
Uh-huh.
But also delicious.
That's true.
I love turkey gravy on mashed potatoes. That's the shit.
And I'm thankful for music, which we have credits for. We have
Blech.
the songs we use this month include Your Reality Future Bass Remix from Doki Doki Literature Club by The Musical Ghost, Morning Thinker, an arrangement of Thinker from Armored Core 4 by Overclocked Remix, and The Sound of the Galaxy, an arrangement of Freedom's Progress from Mass Effect by Overclocked Remix.
Wow.
You really jumped the gun on that one. You said wow before I was even finished.
I know, because I didn't know there was more. There was so much.
You're so excited. All right, executive producers for November. There's quite a list. Also, Patreon changed a bunch of things, so I think it's an alphabetical this month instead of whatever system was before. And also, a bunch of people were declined, so if you're not on the list, I apologize. It is Patreon's fault and not mine. Please be mad at them. I'm doing my best.
Yeah, don't make Austin cry. He's a very gentle boy.
I'm so fragile. I'm going to read the list of names that they sent me, though. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure, I'll help.
Thanks. First up, we have a rad skeleton with a skateboard, Kiefer Lowe.
Wow, I'm jealous. We have a turkey joke.
Gonna be that kind of month, huh, folks?
They're gonna fucking get us this month.
Aki Savalainen.
Albert West.
Aaliyah.
Alex Vepra.
Andrew Birmingham.
Andrew Fallu, conduit of mediocrity itself.
Andrew Grothin.
Andy Harkins.
Anime Jesus.
Anna.
Anna Michael.
Wait, did somebody... I want to know if Anna is actually named Anna, or if it's my cat.
Oh, your cat supports you on Patreon?
Well, at least she's supportive of something.
I'm sorry for all the times I called you a nasty little gremlin, Anna.
Anthony, patron of Dora. Hey, thanks, Anthony.
Oh god, her army grows. Are you there, God? It's me, Bozog. No, sorry, I have to do it. Are you there, God? It's me, Bozog!
Oh, that's the good shit.
Sorry about the audio.
Arjun de Koenig.
Our name is BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Bristol.
Ashley? No, just Ashley.
August Rue.
Oh, I'm so excited for this one. Austin Porfleas. Parentheses, donate to my Patreon.
What does that even mean? Poor please?
Because it sounds kind of like Yorsky.
Oh my god.
They're getting you so hard this month.
I've been destroyed entirely. I like this. The next one is just a message. Austin, it's all caps. Austin, tell Laura to tell Jim I said hi. I'm not a messenger.
Oh no, more dunkage. Austin Yorsky, conduit of pretentious storytelling itself.
See, pretentious is one of those things I say about myself in a nice way, but when someone else says it, it sounds like an insult, so I don't know which one. Also, now that it's an alphabetical, I can see how many start with my name. Which is brutal. Normally they're peppered throughout, but we just get 6 Austins in a row here.
They love to dunk on you.
They really do. Austin Yorsky died to pinwheel twice. How would you know? If you're gonna dunk on me for my Soulsborne gameplay, I could not beat the blood-starved beast without help. How about those real dunks? No one's ever died to pinwheel. It's nonsense.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a Dark Souls boss.
Oh. Brady, conduit of failed murder.
Keep trying, Brady. Brendan Williams. Wait, no, don't keep trying, Brady. Hold on.
Hold on, Brady. Please stop.
Legally, I'm not allowed to encourage you. Brendan Williams.
Brent, every single McElroy. Goatley dash McElroy Esquire.
Really? I've never seen anybody spell Esquire that way, Brent.
But
honestly.
I love it.
You kind of killed it. Brittany and Jermaine Walls, dual conduits of senseless bickering. That's
Y'all need to work on that.
Yeah, it's either sweet or I'm pulling for you.
Bruce Wayne, conduit of Batman.
Well, you just just completely destroyed his secret identity on air.
Oh no, this next one's pretty good.
I mean, I am excited about reading the name Buster Muffin Half. But I wanted to go back to Bruce Wayne, conduit of Batman, because if the conduits existed in the DC or Marvel universe, would everyone's completely be busted? Like, you wouldn't be able to just be the Flash in your civilian identity. You would be the conduit of speed, and everyone would know.
Uh-oh.
I feel like
no
it
more
completely...
superheroes. Sorry.
Yeah, it completely destroys the fiction. Anyway, Buster Muffin Half. Yeah, that felt good. I'm glad I got to say it twice.
Please don't bust it.
Or do.
Cameron Abbas.
Carter Rayner. This is going to take 6 weeks at this rate.
Christopher Charlow.
Cody Jackson.
Quorum. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in but it's in all fit. Sorry, Quorum.
Counterfeit.
Daria Morgan.
Dawn.
Dawning Frost.
Dennis Bankston.
Dennis Pancake Detlefson.
Devin, conduit of evolution. Still holding out for that dragon type, Eevee.
Oh shit, this next one is me. Dorian, conduit of self-destruction. Grayson.
There's an entire subgenre of people who are trying to get Lauren to say same, and it's honestly the best thing about doing this every week. Douglas Williamson.
Dr. Tao.
Dr. Goatman. I wonder if you guys go to the same school.
Yeah. Dragon in the server room.
Drowned Summer, conduit of Ronaldo dances.
Dylan.
Everin in the chamber of secretion.
Do not secrete in the chamber.
I mean, there are certain chambers in which you are.
No.
It is okay for you to secrete. I just want to be
Please.
clear. Okay.
Einar Johansson.
Ecorin.
Elderly Goose.
Eleanor Nonante sees Periton.
Aline.
Emma loves moose. I also love moose.
Oh, fuck yeah, they're so big.
Oh my god, they're mighty.
Indigo Vandane.
Erwin Lala Gadek. Leila Gadek.
Lilagadek. I don't know. Eventual Eden.
Extellaris.
5 purple conduits.
Florian H.
Fubar. Conduit of not only foo, but also bar.
Francois V. Or the 5th.
That's what I always say.
It could be Francois V. You don't know.
Gorfanax Jr., conduit of hunger, and CEO Gorfanax brain meats.
I do think we should vote him off the board, though. Grimlock.
Happy birthday on November 13th. Jorgen, Indie Monster, conduit of name B. I know it's butchering. I know it's name butchering.
Lauren does not have Excel, so I have to export the list that Patreon sends me into a PDF, and it ruins some of the marks that aren't in standard English, so some of the names don't look right for her.
Oh, I have an excuse. What's yours?
Oh, I have a bad mouth.
Oh, okay.
Next name, Harley Astor.
Harrison Andrew.
Hedron Master.
Highway to Mel.
Fuck, that's very good. Hustle Bones.
I am Tosk.
I am Tosk.
Aw.
It's a Star Trek thing. Anyway,
Oh, I would not know.
it's okay. I read a Zandra light novel and transformed into a patron.
Ian Morgan.
Any relation?
No.
I know this says Emmanuel Pinacios. I thought it said Emmanuel Pistachios, and I almost lost it.
It also could be Pinocchio's.
It's Pinacios.
I know.
I don't know why I said that. I said that so snooty, like, obviously.
Ingemar Grimon.
Isaac Arevalo.
Jack Clough.
Jade the Mind Sculptor.
Oh, Jade's back to normal. Hey, Jade.
Not banned in Modern anymore.
Not pretending to be a McElroy anymore.
Caught you.
James Neely.
Janiac, conduit of 5 gallons of lube and a kilo of glitter in a paddling pool.
Oh no, that sounds like a mess.
Is it Janiac Laura's fiance?
What are y'all getting up to over there in England?
They just have more fun than us.
Everybody has more fun than me.
Damn.
Jaspel, conduit of Movember fluffiness.
J. Logan, conduit of queerness itself.
Jay Poirier.
Jeff Clark.
Jesse, conduit of existential dread. Also a big mood.
Joaquin Groening.
John Beresford.
John Kerry. Not that one. I add that.
What'd you add?
Not that one. I say that every month. John Kerry, not that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
because John Kerry?
I bet they're really tired of me saying that every month.
Probably. It's like, that's just my name, Austin, stop it.
I know, I'm sorry.
Okay, John Potts.
John Barnett.
Joseph Tombrello.
Josh Mosier.
JP Green.
Oh, I thought that was JRPG Ian. I was like, what is that? Sorry. Juman Jack-O-Lantern. Still rocking the Halloween.
spooky.
I respect it.
Julian Phillips.
Junk 2.0.
Just a jester.
Justin Berthasell, conduit of Ooh Ooh itself.
Also a big mood.
Mm-hmm.
Caster UK.
Kate, conduit of instant regret.
The biggest mood. Kaylee Scherer.
Keller Automat.
Kevin Dobbins.
Killer Cotton Shizno.
Kitty Foe.
Christina, conduit of every animal on Hypatia themselves. They are absolute units. You have to give it to
Christina, come to my house if you're all those animals. But if you're not all those animals, then you lied to me and don't come to my house.
We don't have any place for liars in this house.
The cats lie a lot, so I guess I do.
Damn.
Criterion, conduit of bad puns.
Lana Seawolf, Lady of Bones. She's a paleontologist, so it's not... I know that sounds
Wait, is
very
she
ominous.
really?
Huh?
Is she really a paleontologist?
Yeah, you need to spend more time in our Discord.
I spend a lot of time crying in bed. I don't have time for other things.
Okay. The schedule's packed, I'm sorry.
Levi the Young, conduit of not mad, just disappointed.
Lily Cage, conduit of Stay Tuned.
The rudest conduit. Lindsay Pankhurst.
Logion, conduit of fatigue. Now that's my big mood.
We can both claim that mood. It's okay.
Sharing is caring.
Lauren Cates.
Luke Powers.
MJo.
Markov needs pangolins. Agree.
Sure fucking does.
Yeah.
The Cult of Glorfinax.
Matthew B. Hare, conduit of cranberry sauce. That's that November shit.
Give me that turkey day bullshit. Matthew Schultz.
Matthew Weber, but also I am Tosk. Hell yeah.
I still don't.
All my Tosk bros out here.
I still don't get it.
Is a character in Star Trek who the only thing he says is I am Tosk. He was the original Hodor, if you think about it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Matthias Lackitz.
Maz Jin.
Melissa Nielsen.
Mel Tish.
Mary Flowers. That's right. Fuck Thanksgiving.
Now, do we want to bring that kind of negativity in here, Mary Flowers?
You know what you did, Mary Flowers.
Well, I don't know. Maybe sometimes I also feel like fuck Thanksgiving when I'm there and I have to look all the people in the eyes.
Oh, and I have to like talk to like all the people, and they're like, "What are you doing with your life this year, Lauren?" And I'm like, "All I did was cry a lot."
Yeah, that's basically. I'm like, oh, I love this turkey, love this mashed potatoes, but if you say another thing about what you saw on the news, I'm going to stab you with a fork. All right, I get it, Mary Flowers. You're off the hook. Michael Groman, Michael Hall, Michelle Minkler, Miko from Finland, Morgan Rapp,
Nicholas Dominic.
Nina Pearson,
Noah Sudret.
Notorious Stoltz, conduit of Notorious Stoltz itself, fair enough.
Paul Mullen.
Possum Kingdom Refugee.
I still want to go to the Possum Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Pruitt Holcomb.
Puck, conduit of large ambitions but poor follow-through.
I can't believe you all are calling me out like this month.
Are these all you?
No, but they fucking got me.
Okay.
Quench the Void.
Rain, conduit of wetness herself. I feel as though the algorithm has put the Quench the Void and wetness herself next to each other. I feel like they could sort a situation out between them.
Oh no.
It's Quenchy.
Whose turn? Oh, it's my turn. Random web person.
Rasvita.
Razumi Yazura.
Rainer, the conduit of slightly less stoned.
I fucking got you, Reynard. I'm never less stoned.
Sleep with one eye open, bitch. I'm coming for you.
Richard G. Coles.
Robert Dakin.
Oh, this one's really good.
God damn it.
Rulon, conduit of that time Austin said flute toot close to the sun.
If anybody can provide a timestamp, I would like to hear myself say flute toot close to the sun.
Flute toot.
That'd be a good back tattoo. Flute toot close to the sun. In Latin,
God.
over a picture of the sun. S. Kearney, conduit of coffee.
That's also Austin.
I'm trying to lay off.
Salad Child.
Sam Zdenowitz.
Scott Goings. Oh, you got us, Scott.
Scott McLeod.
Scott, who stole my name for a joke, Cummings.
Oh my god, they're dueling.
I love our fans.
There's a fencing match going on in the credits. Scotty Vilhard.
Sean Lyonsburg.
Sean, the host of Funk Dunk Plays.
Sevarden Akrasimova.
Shane Sedgwick.
Shane Ware, conduit of ethical hedonism itself.
AKA Season 5, Sir _ Octopus. I don't know if you want me to say underscore. It's the only one that has an underscore in it. So
I just imagine an octopus with like a monocle and a top hat, and that's pretty good.
yeah, Kane, doctorate. I like him.
Snowfall Frost did nothing wrong.
I don't know. Sprankton, a noun, a disease you get from chewing too much.
I love the comment.
Please turn all of this into just fun trivia facts.
Seriously, Sydney Marsing.
Cyretha, conduit of puns.
The cast of Dungeons the Gathering.
Didn't we have 2 conduit of puns?
Did we? There's so many names I forgot already.
Where were we?
The Had Cells. I read it for you, bitch.
Which one am I?
The hottest, gayest, purest, goodest Jen. I guess I took that from you too.
I tricked you. Now you have to read the rest of them.
No.
The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Marietta, Georgia. Was that too long for you to say?
No, I just would like telling you no.
Oh, okay. Okay, it was just a power thing, I guess.
Yeah. The Paladin's wife.
Did I just get bombed my own credits? The fuck?
Oh no!
Tim Lutton.
Tired cucumber, all cucumber same.
Toby Gleason Stack.
Tom Turkey's tuber tunnel.
Come on down to Tom Turkey's Tuber Tunnel. We have all the tubers you need for your Thanksgiving needs.
I'm so glad you understood what I was doing there.
Kosher Kuru, editor of Attack on Dice.
Transient passerby.
Shanus.
Vega Arnston.
Victoria Melito.
Vinny, conduit of gay pop music. Yeah.
Now they're just pandering to you. Okay, so Austin gets dunks and you get like, oh, we love your work so much, Vinny, you're so gay and cute, we love you. Also, Austin said a thing one time and it said flute toot to the sun.
Flute toot. Whose turn is it?
I don't know, I went off on a thing there.
Vizzy Huggles, keep up the great work, y'all. See?
Thanks, Vizzy. Ziphosaurus.
Yeah.
Yoko Taro is Yoko Taro, the conduit of Yoko Taro. Okay, Yoko, if you're listening, where's Drakengard 4, bitch? And finally, Z23619. And that's all of them. Actually, another one came in as we were recording. Andrew Fedye. I'm sorry, it's the J, it just not for Americans. We don't know what to do with it. I see the J in there, and my brain says, yeah.
Wow, that was a lot this month. Wow. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'd rather it be a lot than too little. That means you do enjoy our work. And oh my god, I looked at their recording. It's 21 minutes. That cannot stand.
Like,
that cannot be.
Fuck,
we have to leave.
So late for work.
We have to go. I mean, you should definitely follow Laura at Laura K. Buzz everywhere. Kotaku.co.uk. Chris, patreon.com/weekly manga recap. Conrad is at Conrad Zimmerman on Twitter. Of Horse, the podcast.
Austin.
Me, patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. You know what it is. You know where we are.
.bandcamp.sketch.bandcamp.sketch.bandcamp.
.com/sketch. Yeah. And also, big thanks to everybody in the Discord, all the great artists.
Thanks to me. You're welcome. You didn't name me, bitch.
You're here and you're queer and you can't be stopped. What else do you want?
I just want you to acknowledge it.
That's what the show is. It's nothing but acknowledging that.
Fair.
Thanks to all the moderators in the Discord. Thanks to everybody who sends me constructive criticism. I know the combat could be harder, but they start crying. I'm sorry. If I make it harder, they cry. I don't know what you want me to do.
I feel like we don't cry.
You cried before. Okay. You literally.
I never cried. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't cry at the beginning of this recording.
You started crying in the middle of this recording. I had to edit it out.
Did I really?
Yes.
I cry so much that I forget when I cry.